Greetings interwebs, this is Jackie Key, and welcome for another edition of Pokémon XG Next Gen. Last time, well, I hope you enjoy an entire video of just 2 battles, because we're up in the ante. This episode is only going to be 1 battle. I can promise that. Well, am I really going to get baited twice? Okay, I know we fight against a familiar foe, eventually. How if I say no? I see. About my situation. Well, let's see what you got, Rocky. Well, I take back everything I previously said because the only reason I said that last statement was I was certain we were gonna be facing the boss, or have a boss fight this time and age. Instead, it's just gonna be more shadow Pokemon hunting out of normal trainers. I was gonna say, surely a discharge would do the job just fine, but then I remembered I still had Thunderbolt on this Jolteon. I never swapped it back after that one battle, because of course I did. I mean, Slowbro is pretty bulky, and like 55 is not getting me nearly as far as I thought it would. Let me just double check your item, because if I'm boosting your special attack, then yeah, I'm not going to take that gamble. It's going to do more damage than I think it is, even if it's just ever so slightly. Go for Earthquake, but the Beedrill definitely has Levitate. You know what? I got it. This is more of a flex than an actual strategy, but this lead isn't as great as I thought it would be. Oh, cool. We're just doing 0 damage this turn. Maybe not. Wait. Okay, good. No Shadow Aurora. That was the most Galaxy play brain. You know what I mean. If that wasn't a 4D chess play, then I don't know what it was. Or what will. Or whatever. Hey. Not sure if it's a blessing or a curse, but at least we got both Shadow Pokemon on the field right away. And they're both fairly bulky Pokemon, so I feel a bit confident staying in and going for an Earthquake. Maybe we can... What's it with these trainers? Surely they have something better to do with their turn instead of just guard. I kinda see why they went for that. Maybe, maybe you want to set up the Shadow Sky? I don't know. I don't know if I see the pure purpose of Double Protect. But it seems like Earthquake is a bit more of a whittling move than I would have gave it credit for. Which is a little strange considering that it's Earthquake, but you know what? We take those. Now for an ultimate testament to remind myself that Roost does not work the way I think it does. I will heal and not get hurt despite the fact that I'm on the ground. Nice. Now we just gotta find a way to get Zadroom in here, and... oh shoot. Funlin. How did I get my fungi mixed up? Well, I would say it would be a perfect opportunity, but everyone decided to bully Talon Swift, and it seems like the Slowbro's getting out of here. I was gonna say, why is it back so much in health, but Regenerator. It's a little weird to see it activate before they get back in the Pokeball, but that's fine, that's a way to implement it, and it's far from the least broken way to implement it. In fact, it's kind of debatable if one could even say that is broken to begin with. Either way, this is probably the best ideal scenario for me because... Oh man, I kinda wish I still had playing rough for this one scenario. Now I don't have to worry about trying to put them both to sleep at the same time. I can focus on catching one, and by the time I do, the other will be out. Yeah. I don't know why Mario gave me such a hard, miserable time, and meanwhile this time I'm kinda just vibing with the battle. I guess having my caffeinated soda as I play would be a good testament and all that. Yeah. If they're doing these sort of setups with Shadow Sky, that inevitably is going to make me want to throw Shadow Pokemon on the team sooner rather than later. Maybe I can hold out until we get into level 55 Shadows, because at this rate we're definitely going to run into level 55 Shadows. And I don't know if it has Guts. Going for a Poison Jab was a risky play to begin with, but it's the strongest non-spread move that he had to work with. I would go for Ice Charge to finish it off, but I don't know if it'll be strong enough. I wasn't paying too close attention to turn order, but I'm sure Ellie will be faster. Actually, if I really want to be certain, I can catch... I forgot that this is a Shadow Pokemon game, and I gotta catch the Shadow Pokemon. Wait, do I use... How many net balls do I have? 8? Yeah. Worry has me running into more than 8 water types. Ultra Ball probably would have done the job just fine, but... this is certain of it. Actually, maybe the odds of running out of net balls is a little higher than I thought. I just remembered that there was 2 water Pokemon that were Shadow in this very battle. And I mean, hey, I guess, like... I was thinking like an Ultra Ball would be overkill, but no, if it broke out of a net ball, then I got my work cut out for me. Oh, either didn't have Guts, or I just am really underestimating Ellie's bulk. I appreciate either scenario, though. Alright. Is Slowbro gonna come back in here? I'm a little worried about the Psychic type, but then again, they're Shadows. I get the feeling Psychic type moves are gonna be the least of my worries. Ah, it's the Beedrill. I guess I'm kind of neutral to... Well, I'm not neutral to Poison. I was thinking of Bug. Dang, and this would be a good opportunity to Earthquake in it. No, it's Levitator. I gotta keep remembering it. Nah, but what else can I do? Like... You know, I've been pretty stingy with my items. Why don't I alleviate that? Wait, did I choose a Shade Ball instead of a Net Ball? No. I had 8. I made a big deal about having 8. It's nice that it would look in the Net Ball. I kinda wanna be a little... Now I want to be a bit more stingy with them. I guess we could just see how the Ultra Ball does. Not even close. Wow. It's gonna be one of these types of battles, isn't it? Well, there's the Slowbro that I was expecting. I gotta say though, Shell Generator... Regenerator and a Shadow move that's essentially a glorified U-turn. That's a pretty solid combination. Got kudos to whoever decision that was. You know, the smart play would be to put the Slowbro to sleep as well, so it can't just keep swapping out and alternating with the Beedrill to regenerate its health all the time. Let's see if it was fate for you to be in a net ball. Indeed it was. Doing good, doing good. 1 down, 1 to go. And I don't see you going anywhere anytime soon, my little Slowbro friend. And the Beedrill. I haven't even been paying attention to how many Pokemon are out, but yeah, it looks like we're down to the last two. So the Slowbro can't regenerate even if it wanted to. Yeah, I guess Ellie? You live your purpose? Sure, I'll take the gamble with sending Flame Chomp out. If it wakes up, it's probably gonna just try to use Shadow moves anyways. But dang. Just realized that my Breloom doesn't really have anything good to attack either one of them with. This way I at least get chip damage. I guess if nothing else, Funlink can Spore. And I did buy those Ethers and Elixirs for a reason. Let me see how much this does. Yeah. It should be safe to sneak another Body Slam in. Not impossible to knock it out, but very unlikely. Like, knock on wood, but a crit would be the only thing that would be a deciding factor in the equation. And I don't know if acknowledging it makes that feeling of dread any better or worse. I'm just impressed how long he's been sleeping. It's certainly working in my favor. Okay, perfect. That's exactly the range that I wanted to be in. It's just a matter of if I should use a netball or not. I guess my Miolotic would have a... I guess my Miolotic was just stubborn because it's a Miolotic. I assume its catch rate is bad. Surely a Slowbro can get caught in an Ultra Ball though, right? I guess I'm going for Overheat. I kind of forgot that I have a Spread move and Overheat when it comes to fire options. It is at least the end of battle, so if there's any time to go for an Overheat, even if it's overkill, I don't see why now would be a bad time to do so. Let's see if this battle ends off in style. I actually find it kind of crazy that the Slowbro with snoozing rate is 95% accurate. Of course I would hit the 5%. As I was saying though, it's kind of crazy how much more quickly the Beedrill woke up. Not complaining. Honestly worked in my favor. Honestly, putting the Beedrill to sleep was just I didn't have anything better to do with Breloom that turn, sort of ordeal. I was tempted to keep it in this entire battle just in case Slowbro woke up again, but luckily for us we didn't have to worry about that issue. But more importantly, got both Shadow Pokemon that time, without any sort of ordeal. And back to Healing Machine because Poison Heal. I did buy Antidote specifically so I wouldn't have to walk back to the Healing Machine every single time, but while we're on the same floor, I might as well. Why waste resources when it's just a short jog away? I guess good news for you all. Looks like we will get 2 battles in this time, after all. Let's see what Jet has in store for us. No Shadow Pokemon to worry about quite yet. I guess we could kill the time until I inevitably react to the Shadow Pokemon and put all my brain power towards it. I guess I could talk about my day. It was Community Day weekend in Pokemon Go, so I've done a bit of walking. I actually walked the whole 3 hours for Living Community Day. A little bit to my regret. I probably would have much rather had an extra hour at home than like maybe 3 to 10 extra Lidens. I ended up that community day with like 27, which is more than I'll ever use. I'm sure I'll eventually like Wonder Trade them in Pokemon Home or some other form eventually. But in the meantime, I just have to wait for that whole timer the game has to regenerate like every week until I eventually get all the links out of the game. But I find it better than just transferring them manually, because at least I get to give the Linens a second home. Just because I don't need any more shiny Linens doesn't mean that someone else doesn't. So it's always nice to just transfer them over to home and actually get to do something with it. Ah, shoot. I forgot. I was so on autopilot, I forgot to protect myself. It's fine. I'm sure I can just heal back any damage that I took with Poison Heal. It'll work out in the end. Like, I guess it was nice in hindsight, but in the moment I was actually a little bit stressed about the whole thing. I guess what made up for it though was what happened today. We already got a Whale Lord. I guess not every single battle here will be Shadow Pokemon focus after all. I want to go for Wood Hammer, but I probably knock myself out. And let's burn that last lemonade. And maybe I would... That healed a lot more than I thought it would. Maybe I could have saved that lemonade for a little bit longer. But it's fine. I guess I needed it. Using the lemonade wasn't exactly a bad idea. The point I was trying to get at though is that today, I think, was the real fun moment of Pokemon Go, even though it wasn't a community day. And I'll get more on that the next time we have a battle. Ooh, maybe not. Okay, if this isn't time, then I don't know what is. I don't know if I want to squeeze it in here or not, but give me a moment to think about it. Actually, have I ever explored the left side of this place? That might make the inevitable boss fight that's coming. That might be a better option. Just in case I can put the boss fight in its own video. Because I know I've said it like twice already, but I'm certain this time that elevator is gonna have a boss fight, and if any previous boss fight in Pokemon XG is any sort of indication, then that will definitely take up an entire episode in and of itself. Hopefully now that I'm stronger and more prepared, and more importantly it's not the actual final boss of the area, things will go a little bit more smoothly, but you never truly know. Also, I hope it doesn't show up on the mic, but I just keep hearing like air stuck in my ear. It's really kind of just getting to the better of me. Shoot. Oh man, really wish I could have roosted. But I guess I should give Talon Swift props for taking the entire close combat like move in of itself. But it doesn't really mean much when it's not even surviving anyways. Earthquake friend. I expect bigger and grander things from you. I would totally expect you to sweep either a Primate or a Mighty Anna. I'm actually surprised the Mighty Anna took the hit as well as it did. I was gonna say, Swimmer Speed has Wide Guard. Swimmer Speed does have Wide Guard. Screw it. Time to clean sweep. Was it really that predictable I was gonna go for the move again? Actually, when you think about it, Ellie doesn't really have an option besides attacking again, so... safe play, I suppose. Alright, high roll? I was gonna say I'd be disappointed if it just survived on 1 HP, and there you go. Okay. This Pokemon of all things can't have Levitate. It's standing on the ground. And yet I still have a concern. Not gonna lie. I still have a concern. Well, at least my hand's been getting full mileage out of Sucker Punch. You know why? Like, I was thinking like maybe it'd be like Magneton, and I'm just assuming that anything that has the ability to float through a move just gotta levitate in this game. Like Metagross is already enough of a monster. I would absolutely be terrified. No, not gonna bother correcting what I said there. It would be the most uttermost terrifying thing if Metagross actually got levitate. Then again, it already has a pretty iconic signature ability. And again, it's touching the ground. So no frets, no worries. I guess I won't be able to just spend this entire battle hitting the earthquake button. I'll be honest, for a moment there I was convinced I could. I guess we'll go for liquidation. Well, Ellie, you put on a solid show, couldn't done without you. It's probably for the best that you fainted. For some weird reason, you're the highest level out of everyone on the team. And I didn't even get a chance to talk about my cast form stories. I won't spoil it in case I do get a chance to bring it up in the future. But in case I don't, I will just say, I had a good walk today. And leave it at that. For some reason, the walk today was even better than the walk yesterday. Alright, I wonder if this item will even be worth it. Never gonna complain about new TM. You know, this could be an interesting alternative to Thunderbolt. Except, I don't really think... Could Swallow always learn Wild Charge? I would give it Congenerate, but I think it's so specially oriented that it wouldn't even be worth it. Let me just check. 104 attack, 153 special attack. That is a big difference, but is it like Wild Charge big of a difference? I mean, I did want to go back to Discharge eventually. And as tempting as it is, I don't think I should teach it to Tail Swift. So let me just give it a test run. I'll just have to remember to take off the Wise ones because that's not really going to help me too much until I go back to a more special oriented move. Oh wait, next fight is the boss. Maybe, I don't know if it'd be worth it. Actually, I wasn't thinking too much about it. But when I was swapping away Wild Charge for Discharge, I realized that it was only like 10 power more, which means Thunderbolt is probably weaker than Thunderbolt. So yeah, like, no point in having it unless I have a physical attacking electric type. Cause yeah, it's just, I forgot that Wild Charge was bad. Or at least the point of, like, it's on the same power range as Thunderbolt. So it's a shame. It seemed like it would be a fun move to play around with, but not worth it. Not for my team. Maybe someone else would get a lot more mileage out of it. Like, I can imagine if you were using Electabuzz. That would be good. Are there even any other electric physical Pokemon before the 4th generation that could really capitalize on Wild Guard? None are coming to mind at the moment. Anyways, I don't even care if this is a little shorter than usual. I know there's a boss fight coming up from that door. and I don't want another awkward situation where I have like a 50 to 1 hour long video and I don't know how to divide it. So I'll see y'all later. This has been Jackie King, and I hope you take care.